Let's clap it up for my man Nick Siriani, man. Nick Siriani, he finally realized the identity of this Eagles team. Well, matter of fact, he realized that in week 8 when the Eagles just beat the brakes off the Lions 44-6. And since then, they've had an average of 214 rushing yards per game. Per game, 214. I mean, look, that shows that they realize, you know what? If I run the ball with Miles Sanders, if I run the ball with Boston Scott, with all our running backs, that you know what? We'll have a chance. That we'll have a chance to control the clock, keep the ball away from our opponent, and really dictate the pace of the game. The Eagles have found their identity, and that's the reason why right now they are 7-7. I wish they found this out in week 1 because we probably would be around like what 10-4 right now, maybe like what 9-5 right now, or what 9-6 right now. I feel like we would have been in a better situation, or at least have a better record if we found our identity sooner. But hey, we found it now, and we're still in prime position to make the playoffs. Now look, so we're standing at 7-7. And let's go over this Washington game. Now, if you don't know who I am, this is Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where I always keep it real. Hit that like button, subscribe, do all that jazz, and let's get right into it. With this Eagles game, this showed a lot. This showed that, hey, I've been telling y'all, give Miles Sanders at least 15 to 20 carries per game. Please, if you do that, we'll be good. This guy, when he's healthy, is a Pro Bowl caliber running back in this league. He has shown that, he's a stud, bro. And this game, he showed out. This man had in this game 18 carries for 131 yards. Dang, Miles Sanders. I'm like, it's not that hard. I mean, it's a pretty easy formula. Give Miles Sanders the ball, and we will be straight. This Eagles team is not bad. People try to write us off earlier this season, try to say that we're going to win 3 games, 4 games, 5 games. That's not going to happen. And nobody really thought that we would be in prime position to get a wild card spot. And honestly, if the Eagles found out their identity sooner, we would probably be battling for the Cowboys to win this division. But you know what? That's in the past. And you know what? We are moving forward as of now. But again, the running game was on it. We rushed for 238 yards. Man, we was on it. Another thing, our offensive line is really snapping. Guys like Elaine Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Jordan Maleta. I think that's how you say his name. If I'm butchering that, I probably am. My apologies. But this guy, Elaine Johnson, now he's had a bunch of injuries in his career. But during that Super Bowl run in 2018, Elaine Johnson was a Pro Bowler. And with all the injuries he's had, people forget that this guy is a stud when he is healthy. And he's shown that with his run blocking, this man is one of the best in the league. He's one of the best in this league, and he may very well get a Pro Bowl selection, this season as well, because man, he is having a phenomenal year. So the offensive line, which has been a problem last year, has improved by leaps and bounds this year. Credit to those guys. Another thing, Dallas Goedert has shown to be a number one tight end in this league. This guy had himself probably his best game as a pro. 7 receptions for 135 yards. What? Boy, what? And I was discouraged when they traded away Zach Ertz, because I was like, why are you trading away Jalen Hurts' best weapon if you're saying that you want to, support the kid and help him be a great quarterback in this league? So why would you trade Zach Ertz? But Dallas Goedert has shown that he can be that guy. He can be that number 1 tight end for the Eagles. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from him. And moving forward, we have to give Dallas Goedert the ball. Against the Giants, he had one reception for 0 yards. He had a total of 3 targets in that game. I'm talking about after the game, I'm like, yo, if you don't give this guy the ball more, he is a security blanket for Jalen Hurts. And people have said, oh my God, Jalen Hurts, his accuracy and all of that. Well, guess what? A guy like Dallas Goedert, just give it to him in the area where he's at, and he will grab it. This guy is a stud, and he had his best game probably this season. Another thing, we have a very good chance to make the playoffs. I mean, we have the easiest schedule remaining right now. We have the Giants, Washington, and the Cowboys. The Cowboys is going to be a tough one, the last game of the season. But against the Giants, we should beat them. Daniel Jones isn't even playing, so next week we should beat them pretty handily, right? Washington, I feel like next time we play them, it's going to be harder. It's going to be away, but we have shown to be a pretty good away team this year, so I like our chances in that. Another thing, the team that is in the 7th spot right now is the Vikings. The Vikings, you know what? They have probably the hardest schedule remaining in these last 3 games, as they have the Rams and the Packers in their next 2 games. Those are both going to be L's. So I see us being a 7th spot. And honestly, the 49ers are the 6th spot right now. And they have to play the Titans and the Rams in 2 of their last 3 games this season as well. So if both of those teams end up losing 2 games of these last 3 games this season, we could very well get that 6th spot. And you never know what happens in the playoffs. So, look out. Another thing, Jalen Hurts has proved this season that he can be QB1. He can be QB1. People have said, oh my gosh, Jalen Hurts is not that guy. But what this season has showed us is that if you surround him with good pieces to complement his game, he will win you games. Jalen Hurts is not going to throw away games. He's not going to, lose you games. His worst game this season was against the Giants, right? I think he had 2 or 3 picks. He was terrible. But if he had a competent wide receiver instead of Jalen Reagor at the end, we would have won that game too. So Jalen Hurts has shown, give him the pieces to be great, and he will be great. That's a fact. I don't want to see them get Spencer Rattler, whatever, to get the guy from Pitt, whoever. Y'all don't need to look at any other quarterback in the draft. And the only quarterback that y'all should look at is Deshaun Watson. That's the only quarterback that I'll be like, okay, y'all can, look at him. But other than that, Jalen Hurts is that guy, and all you have to do is surround him with great pieces on the offensive end to make him great. This means by giving him better wide receivers, realizing that, we took a L and drafting Jalen Reagor, let's draft another wide receiver. Or let's get him another offensive lineman. Let's get him another running back. As a matter of fact, we don't even need another running back. But you see what I'm saying? Surround him with pieces to make him great. Don't just give this guy some chance and be like, you know what? We don't really believe in you and all that. Who would have thought before this season that the Eagles would win 7 games? And there's still 3 more games left. They could very well be 9-8, 9-7. 9-7. I said 9-7. They could very well be 9-8 this season. Might be 10-7. You never know. The Cowboys could end up resting their players at the end of the season, because that's who they play last, is the Cowboys in Week 17. So with everything being said, the O-line's playing great. Dallas Goedert has shown to be a number 1 tight end in this league. Miles Sanders is shown to be a Pro Bowl caliber running back, and he has had a phenomenal season as well. And overall, the Eagles have shown that they have found their identity, and that's to run the football. Nick Siriani, thank you for finding this out in Week 8. It was a little bit too late, but hey, at least you found out the identity right now. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, do all that jazz, and let me know your takeaway from the Eagles beating Washington. If you're a Washington fan, y'all suck. Y'all took that L. Y'all not making the playoffs. I heard all that chatter last season. Who cares? Fly, Eagles, fly. We out.